And we're off. Welcome back to the Uncensored podcast. We had our ropey end to October. The Halloween specials are done. Hopefully, this will not be as questionable. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a chill one this week. We're going to talk about a couple of things going on because honestly, obviously, in the last week we've had the elections in the States. Boris has put us all back in lockdown. People are getting furloughed left, right, and centre, and all of Liverpool are going to have the army sticking stuff up their noses and in their mouths. Um, so, so we'll be talking about that, and then I've pulled up Reddit Would You Rather to finish this one off, so we can do a couple of Would You Rathers for the
I
second
love a
half
good,
this
I
week.
love Reddit. Me and you love a good Reddit page, don't we?
Listen, if you run out of podcast ideas, Reddit
Just
literally
whack on
makes
a
it so.
suggestion. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Nah.
Right, so let's start. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start here or in the States? Where do we want to start?
Let's jump across the pond to the States.
So, as it stands, Biden is pulling further away from Donald Trump. He's now got Georgia and Pennsylvania. It's looking increasingly likely that the Donald is going to have to turn to legal action if he wants to win, especially because they haven't counted the postal votes yet, and unless everyone has massively miscalculated, the postal votes will probably also be in Biden's favour. So we're saved.
I seen wait that quick. I seen a post and it was like there's like this amount of people in this state, and why the fuck have only 314 people voted? And someone was like, "Lol, you gobshites, that's not how it works."
Oh, do you know what? If an American person said that, that shows you just, oh, wow. Imagine being that in the dark about your country's politics that you think you see 270 is the target. There's more than 270 Americans. Fucking hell.
You're like, oh my god. You're like, are you actually messing though?
Oh, there's something about that country. I don't know what it is, but fucking hell, man, that's unreal.
Did you? But I seen a thing today, and I was watching like how many people voted for Trump and all that, and I was like, clearly all like the redneck countries have voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And then all like the other ones are like, you know, we have a bit of common sense. We're not all white supremacist, racist assholes. We'll vote for, you know, the one with dementia instead.
I'll be honest with you, it's tighter than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a little bit more in favour of Biden than it is. It's very close, but
I know.
But yeah, I think if Trump had won this, it would have been fucking it would have said that no one ever learns their lesson anywhere ever. So thank fuck that people have learnt their lesson.
Yeah.
Do you see Greta got her own back with the tweet the other day? Fucking classic. Yeah.
It was like I think Donald should go and relax and watch a movie with friends. Like, oh yes.
Chill, Donald, chill. Like, imagine having the sheer massive bollocks during a US election to tweet the current president and tell him to chill. Imagine having the cojones it takes to drop that tweet. Fucking legend.
No, but like that was fully brilliant because that's what he tweeted there, wearing it when she started the climate march and everything, and then she was like, just clap back with the fattest insult. You
just know when he sent that tweet a year ago, she was like, "You just wait till the elections, pal. You just fucking wait."
Just wait.
Fucking hell. So yeah, that's how it looks at the moment. This could be one of those awkward, famous last words things. The postal vote comes in and Trump wins, and we look like fucking plebs. But
yeah, and then this podcast just goes dun 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 dun.
Listen, I would be very surprised if it turns around from here. Very, very surprised. I think we're fairly safe in the knowledge that it probably won't be Trump unless he's successful in taking it to court. So let's move back over here with the moron in charge of our country instead.
Yeah. Right. So, firstly, what I wanted to say was these new lockdown rules, they're just the same as the last ones, except the lockdown's shorter. Now, last time you said, oh, this lockdown's only going to be a few weeks. It lasted like 8 months.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
you don't actually know what's going to happen. I personally, right, I had the thought before, and I was like, the way people run our country is the same way me and you try and plan out to do a podcast, isn't it?
Do you want to expose us like that?
Oh, no, no, I'm fully exposed. Just because, like, they'll sit there drunk and be like,
Okay, we don't plan our podcast drunk, by the way. We're not
obviously
that
not.
bad.
But I'm saying they sit there like having like parties and that, and fucking just pure gaffing and that, and they go, "Jack, can we just throw this rule in there just to proper piss everyone off?" They go, "Yeah." I'm like, "When do you want to do that?" I was like, "I don't know, probably like sometime next week." And you go, "Oh yeah, sound." That's the job me and you do. Like, when do you want to film the podcast? And like, don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. Do you want to just do that? Like, yeah, sound. Yeah, when's that? Sometime next week. I'm sound. That's literally it.
That's exactly as an insight to our schedule. That is exactly how this podcast works. And to be honest with you, it is probably how rule making works in Parliament at the moment. So we're running this how the government runs the country. Boris sorts his shit out. We'll start giving you good content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it
you
is a
could have
mess.
said that better, to be honest. Like, genuinely.
It's a good analogy, to be fair. You're not wrong.
I know, but like, it's just fucking brutally honest, though, isn't it? Like, which ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it is a mess. The only difference between the lockdown we had earlier this year is the fact that schools are still open. I don't know what your college is doing at the moment. That you're probably still open, aren't you?
Stupidly right. So what we did before actual lockdown, was we did one day online, one day in.
Yeah.
Our day off, one day online, one day in, right?
Yeah.
But now, for some reason, apparently, when we go back in, we're in every single day now, and I'm thinking, you've really contradicted yourself there, haven't you?
Why?
That's what I was told anyway. That's what I was told, but I'm not too sure. They haven't even sorted it out themselves yet. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, here's the biggest irony. He wants all of Liverpool to get tested, right? Because he'll do anything to keep all the schools and unis open. So he wants all of Liverpool to get tested instead of closing them. The irony is how many, if he has to test everyone in Liverpool, how many more school kids will test positive and won't have even known they'd had it? And then schools will end up with like entire year groups missing anyway. So
exactly, Joe, it was mental, right? On my bike ride today, blew me head off completely. I drove past a test centre in Walton Park.
Yeah.
And it was surrounded by police officers and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, thinking nothing of it. Cycle all the way down the Langs, go into Croxteth through like, I don't know what, like, I'm trying to explain what way, but no one would know if you don't live in Croxteth. And I got to like the sports centre by my house, and there's a test centre now in there, and there's literally military truck outside of our sports centre just round the corner. And like they're sending all the army to Liverpool to basically test everyone and make sure everyone gets tested in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Jeez. And it's just mental.
This came up in we were discussing this in our English class today. What if you say no? Realistically, the army can't line up everyone who says no. They can't like line up a bunch of school kids who say no and shoot them all. So what can they do? Like, I mean, obviously, if they really wanted to, they could, but they can't. They can't shoot a load of school kids. So what can they do if you say no?
Thought that back a sec. You've just said, realistically, they can't shoot loads of school kids, but like, maybe they can. So what if they say no?
Well, logistically, yes, it is possible. Like, obviously, morally and ethically, and in terms of like a national scandal, there is no way that would happen. If we're talking about practicality, yes, they could line up a bunch of people who said no and shoot them all, but that's not going to happen because this isn't North Korea. So, what do they do? What do they do? Like, what do you do if someone says no? Oh, it's okay.
they're gonna have to just like fucking, I don't know, because they can't just like fucking just hold your nose and stick a fucking
exactly. It's not like
and get a sample of it.
Yeah, it's like I honestly don't know what they'll do. Like in theory, it makes sense. Get the army out; they'll ensure people get tested. But I mean, well, we'll find out because if anyone's going to say no to the army, it's a Scouser.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
I
what I
don't
mean.
know what to do.
There's going to be an actual civil war in Liverpool when this army gets here.
Bro,
no, I'm not even messing though. You just know there is. There's gonna be cunts just shooting fireworks and fucking like throwing like tear gas at the army, and there's gonna be absolute riots in town. There's gonna be all sorts of shit kicking off on every street. To the point
I'd
where
like to
no
think
one
we're a
will
bit
want
better
to
than
leave
that,
town.
but yeah, I know what you mean.
What?
I'd like to think we're a bit better than that, but I know what you mean.
You know exactly. You get that one knobhead who flies past on his grandma like meow, shooting fireworks at all the tanks, and then like you fucking silly cunt.
Yeah. 100%. There's always.
And he's just gonna get shot dead there, and then you just know it, like, and then that's gonna kick off chaos.
That's the thing.
Someone is gonna get themselves shot, and it's gonna start riots all over the UK.
That's why we need to. That's where they'll have to be really careful. I'd like to think it won't come to that, and the dickheads will be handled. However, if something was to happen to one of them, because there will be people who see the army and most people will shoot, but some people will try to look.
Yeah, but you'll get the odd cunt who just thinks he's proper absolute hard as a fucking brick wall, and he'll just be like, well, lad, I'm not getting no fucking COVID test, me. It's a load of fucking bollocks, and he's just going to get pistol whipped by one of the guards. He's just going to get a COVID test forced in his fucking gob.
Yeah, now if that happens, there will actually be citywide riots.
Oh, yeah. Nah, but you know what's mental, though, right, is there's going to be so many false positives and so many, like, cases from it because people are getting tested, and then everyone's going to go back into another lockdown, and then like no one in Liverpool is going to be safe, or they think they won't be safe because there's so many false positives and there's all sorts of stuff like that. Well, so then
exactly
what they're doing is just creating a worse problem, just making the matter worse by involving the army, where there's loads of fucking horrible ignorant cunts who are just like, well, lad, I'll fucking just smash your head, you know what I mean? It's like, fucking get a grip.
This is the thing. Getting everyone tested, to be honest, on a national scale would be a good idea, because then you'll actually know how bad it is and how many people have got it. However,
what I think they need to do is set a date where every person gets tested.
Yeah.
They send a home testing kit to every fucking single house in the UK and say, everyone test yourself on this day and send your results out by this day.
Yeah.
And then you'll get every single result. And you know what I mean? It'll just make everyone's life so much easier, because when some people are like that scared of it, they're getting tested like fucking 3 times every like 2 months, like, you know what I mean? To where you don't actually know when your results are going to happen, because apparently people are saying like it can happen after 2 weeks, or like your symptoms die down after 2 weeks, so you have to self-isolate for 2 weeks, and then within them 2 weeks you can get coronavirus, and then you have to self-isolate for another 2 weeks. So no one actually knows.
No, it's a complete mess. And to be honest with you, the timing of it isn't that good. They've just put the whole country into a 4-week lockdown even. Now I don't know what other schools' plans are for mocks and stuff. Obviously, anyone who's doing A levels next year or GCSEs next year knows there's a very good chance we won't be doing our actual exams and we'll just get predicted grades. So a lot of schools will probably have done what I know mine has, which is bring the exams forward to December.
All I'm saying is my maths GCSE's flat out the window. I haven't passed it for like a 5th time now because this fucking coronavirus. I swear to fuck.
Fucking hell. You might just have to give up on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think. I think you're gonna have to move on with your life without a maths GCSE.
It's possible. It's possible. So I'm really not asked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I pass it, I want to pass it. You know what I mean? But then I'm also like, if I don't, because there's coronavirus, Boris Johnson will just give me a fucking just give me a C, lad. Just give me a C.
Yeah, he might actually pass it on a predicted, maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
No. Every single time it's been a 3, I've been marks, like a few marks away every single time, and I'm just like, you fucking silly cunt.
Fucking hell. But yeah, the mocks. It's ours are in. Here's the irony, right? We do a bunch of mock exams in December because they don't want to take a risk of getting to January and they decide they've cancelled all exams and they're doing our grades, let's say, at the end of the year on assess grades. So we're getting our mocks in as early as we can to get like a good idea of what grades we get. Let's say the army come into our school and test us all Monday. We all get our results. It can't be any earlier than 3 days, which is Thursday. Let's say 10 people in year 13 test positive. That's all of those classes have to go home and won't be back in until after the mocks.
It's the worst time ever.
What
I
is
swear
the
to
fucking
God.
point?
Honestly, just as gyms have reopened as well, as everything's starting to get back,
Yeah.
People are starting to earn money again from their own businesses that they've worked for like 20 odd years, you know what I mean? Everyone's striving for businesses. And then they finally got them all open again where everyone's earning money. And now they went, oh, actually, I've seen what it can do. We might have to just shut it all down for a month and see what happens after that. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking...
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. And I think they probably know as well as everyone else does that the reason the rates started going up was the schools. It's no coincidence that the rates went up when they opened the schools again. It's so obvious. They just won't do it because they want to do the exams next year. But
and because they still want to give kids an education, but I see what they're doing by shutting everywhere else to where it won't spread as much in all the other places, but kids can still go and get an education, and we can still actually go and see if we can get A levels and qualifications, but just wear a mask and social distance from everyone.
Yeah, no, I see what they're trying to do. The problem is that for every positive test, like a whole class or even year group has to go home and isolate. And once you're in that position, it's unfair playing. Like there'll be schools down south who've not missed a day, and then there are people up here who might have missed half of the first half term. So
exactly,
it's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
John Rex, my head was when they were doing all like the COVID rules and like because it baffles me because I'm glad they finally put it into like a full lockdown because before this there was like Leicester had their gyms open, like fucking I don't know, like fucking Manchester had like all their shopping centres, schools, and everything open.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool had everything shut down. You know what I mean? It's if like the coronavirus just knows where it is. You know what I mean? Like it's that clever.
It's not the same way COVID will come and attack you if you have a drink, but it'll leave you alone if you have a drink with your meal.
Exactly. If you've got some chips on your plate, you're all right.
Fucking hell, man.
Oh my God, like there's I think it's the Wetherspoons 5-way. Oh my God. They're doing something right where it's like a £1 meal of like some dirty burger, some chips and that, right? Just so you can get pissed all day, and they're basically making a scam out of it, just so people can come in and still use their pub and get pissed.
Oh, that is. Do you know what? That is so spoons, and yet so out of order at the start. Wow. Okay.
And like other pubs are picking up on it and trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh, man. See, this is the problem. There are so many easy ways to get around those rules, and people will just do it. Like they'll just do it.
They're like, oh, loopholes, I can go and sit in a fucking pub all day and waste my life. Can't wait.
Yeah, basically. That's
like that. If I eat one chip an hour, I will be flying.
Fucking hell! How to enjoy a night out? Have one chip an hour and you're solid.
Like that. How did you stay in the pub for that long? So basically, I asked them to reheat me meal every hour and a half, and then every hour I'd have like a chip or a bite of me burger. You'd be like, and then, but like, you'd be like, so I mean, did you not be sick from drinking and then trying to eat as well? And you'd be like, see what I did was I'd finish a pint before I had the next chip, and the chip would sell me pint. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%.
And the chip would sell me pints, and then when I'd have a piss, I'd just be hungry again, so I'd go and have another chip. See what I mean?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, wow.
It is outrageous.
So that's the state our country's in, guys. That's where we're at in 2020. Right.
Yeah.
Is that enough depressing shit? That feels like a good 20, 25 minutes of depressing COVID talk and the good news of the American elections, but also the depressing COVID talk. Shall we have a go at some would you rathers?
Sure, go ahead, man. Go for it, lad. Go for it.
Would you rather have everything on your phone right now, so your browsing history, your photos, everything, made public to anyone who searches your name, or you can never use a phone again? That's a tough one.
Oh, I would never use a phone again.
Yeah, that's the safe answer. That's
Yeah, I would happily live without a phone, mate.
I don't think there's anything that incriminating on my fucking.
There's on mine. There's a fair bit of it.
For your sake, we'll answer with never use a phone again.
Yeah, thanks. Bin my phone.
One of these is, which type of bread would you rather use for a sandwich? What the fuck is that? Get on this. The options are white bread, sourdough, croissant, whole wheat, or brioche. Who uses a croissant for a sandwich? Who goes, do you know what will make this croissant elite? If I just whack some ham and cream cheese in there.
No, we'd obviously go for white bread, standard one, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Have a brioche, croissant, fucking sourdough, cheese sandwich.
Some of these are shit, you know. This has really let me down. I thought this would be interesting. Some of these are fucking awful. Okay, would you rather get 2 million quid, but everyone is able to read your mind, or eat a cheeseburger?
I'd eat a cheeseburger and I'd happily enjoy that cheeseburger.
I think I'm scrolling a cheeseburger, boys. I think that's
it. Yeah. They said eat a cheeseburger, so it was like the bad option. Like, no.
It's a strange place, mate, honestly. I think we should go with the cheeseburger.
Yeah. I think we'll go with a cheeseburger here, boys. That's clearly the most lethal one that we can think of.
Fucking hell. Would you rather be a bad person but seen as a hero and a saint, or be a good person but seen as a villain and a devil?
Good person but seen as a villain and a devil, because then no one would want to go near you.
Yeah, but then everyone, yeah. No, fair enough. I can't argue with that. That's a good answer.
Yeah, but then all your actual mates and like your family know you're not a bad person. So if you've got all that around you, then I'd still be happy. And then everyone else can say what they fucking want about me. I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
I know.
Can't argue with that.
Absolutely bang that answer there, haven't I?
Would you rather be given 10 million quid, but you have to give £1 to everyone who asks for it, or you can have 500k, no strings attached? I'm taking the 10 million.
It depends on how many people ask me for the quid.
Well, here's the thing, right? You're not gonna realistically. Who's gonna know? Your mates and your family. They'll know you've got the 10 million, right? That you don't have 9 point. It's a big difference. If it was 1 million versus 500k, it's a different thing. 10 mil, like
that is a fat difference. Like there's the 500k, like there's the 10 mil.
Exactly. There's literally like going to be 9.5 million quid more, and you're not going to have 9.5 million people asking you for £1. So I'm taking the 10 mil.
Yeah, but then what if you go on the news for like, or you're all over the UK for winning the 10 mil jackpot, and every cunt messages you on Instagram saying, "Can I have money? Can I have money?"
Then have I gone black?
Joe, lad, you've just disappeared, mate.
Oh yeah,
Right.
there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, look who's back. Hello. Oh, okay. Would you rather sleep in a room with one mosquito buzzing around that you can't see, or a spider hiding under your bed? I know which one I'm taking. It's the fucking mosquito. I don't care. Even if I can't see it, I can hear it buzzing.
Yeah, it's a little spider under my bed that I can't see. I'm sleeping there, mate. I woke up one morning, right, and there was literally a spider crawling over my back, and I was like, "Oh, fuck."
No. I hate. Do you know, the other day I was eating a pack of crisps at the table.
I just picked it off. I just picked the spider up and just squeezed it and put it in my bin. Oh, God.
This massive fucking daddy longlegs came crawling out my pack of crisps the other day, and I screamed, bro, screamed, because I got up. He'd been in the house. I'd seen this one around the house before, and I've gone off to go talk to Scott, and he's obviously crawled into me pack of fucking.
That is jokes. That, you know, I swear to God, this poor fucking daddy longlegs just wants a crisp, and you absolutely scared the shit out of him.
Mate, I've got like a vendetta against him. I was eating the other day and I felt something because my elbow was like hanging off the table, and I feel something on the underside of my elbow, and I turn it up and it's the same fucking one. So I scream again, like proper fucking backhand him, like absolutely yeet him off my arm across the room. Shit one. And my dad's like, oh, and I'm like, what do you mean, oh? Massive fucking spider.
That's what I'd say. I'd be like, the poor daddy longlegs, and you'd be like, it's a fucking spider. What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Nah, literally, like this bed is like a fucking cesspool of incest. Honestly, of like a cesspool.
No, what did you said insects, right?
Of insects.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if it's the call or what, but
Joe, no, because if we're on the top of spiders and cockroaches, do you really think we're going to say incest? You fucking retard. Cesspool of incest.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
But it actually sounded. We'll find out in the recording. But the first time you said it, I swear down, sounded like you said incest. I was like, this bed is an absolute cesspit of incest.
No, I said insects. So that's why it sounds like I said, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. No, I know what you said, and I know what you were meaning. It was the call.
I've literally woke up with like fucking cobwebs from the corner of my room, like a spider hanging down, and I just like kill it.
No.
And I just get rid of the cobweb.
No.
And like I've had like fucking woke up one morning, there was like a little bug just crawling across me sheets, and I was like, oh, I just flicked it off.
No, it's a no for me. It's a no. It's a big.
Like, by the way, like my house is not scruffy as fuck. They're just like insects, just like to live in my walls for some reason, like same in every house.
Yeah, no, that's a normal house thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just house stuff, you know what I mean?
Would you rather be known as being smart, funny, kind, or attractive?
Funny.
I don't know, kind. It's a wetty answer, I know,
but. You be fucking wet, like.
Fuck off. Would you rather take 50k for free and clear, or 150 but it's illegal?
I've watched those Ark. I know how to get rid. I know how to clean money.
Fair enough.
I'd take the 150k, whack it in a pillowcase, give it a wash, fucking rinse it out, heat it up, fucking go and buy loads of property with it, and then do up the property with the 150k, and then sell it and earn the money back.
Yeah, fair. You've clearly done your research. I'm starting to wonder what you know or have done that you haven't told me about.
No. Next question.
Cool. Yeah, fair enough. There's one here that's just for $1 million, but we'll say pounds. Would you have sex with Donald Trump? No.
No.
You could give me infinite money. It's not worth my pride.
You could give me £80 trillion, and I'd still be like, no thanks, no thanks.
Yeah, no. Listen, if I've got to be paused for the rest of my life to avoid having to do that, fine. That's fine with me. That's absolutely fine.
Happily.
No problems at all. Would you rather be locked in a room with a dangerous serial killer or the most annoying and rude 18-year-old known to mankind? I feel like if we were 20 years older, our answer would be different, but I'm going with the 18-year-old.
Nah, listen, because put it this way. If you're never a serial killer, you're dying. But if you go in with the 18-year-old, you'll come out a murderer. So, so you may as well get put in the room with the other fella where you can kill him as well.
Yeah, well, it depends.
You know that kid's going to be that, because if the kid's going to be that ignorant and that annoying, he's definitely getting stabbed. Like,
if the serial killer is like in there with a gun, then I'll take the serial killer. If he's just going to use like his bare hands and obviously going to kill me, he might not kill you. He might just might just sit and have a chat.
What if he's dead?
Whoa. Next question.
Yeah, next question.
Would you rather go a year without TV or a year without film?
A year without film, because I like binge watching TV shows.
I think, that's tough, That's a really tough one. Because TV shows includes even like if it's an hour long, it includes documentaries and stuff. Or like 2 hours long.
Yeah, but you can watch like show documentaries, like episode documentaries instead of film documentaries.
Well, here's the thing: if it wasn't for documentaries, I'd say a year without TV shows. That's a tough one. Maybe without films, yeah.
I'd say films because I like binge watching shows and I can still watch documentaries if I wanted to, but just in TV shows format.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Problem is that I do love a good film as well. I do love just sitting down and watching like a solid fucking film.
So I'm a lot more lazy than you, so I like sitting down and watching like a full 8 seasons of one show in a week and not getting off the couch.
Yeah, fair enough. I can't argue with that. I'll be honest with you, either or, because I'll probably sit still for 10 minutes and then get bored and think of something else that I want to do. So
yeah, that's what I usually do. Or but like when I probably get sucked into a show though, a show, I move.
Yeah, no, I'm like that. Once I'm hooked on something, that's it. That you've got me. Like I've gone to school on disgusting amounts of sleep because I stayed up watching something that I'm hooked on.
That's what I did with Atlanta. I watched all 2 seasons in like a day.
Oh, that's so easy to watch though. That's so good. That's such good telly.
Brilliant episodes, honestly.
Oh. Yeah, I watched the one with what's his name trying to get the haircut and it keeps getting put off.
Is it Annie? Or is it?
No, it's not. It's the big rapper. What's his fucking name? Paperboy, that's it. He's trying to get a haircut and he spends the whole episode trying to get a haircut and it's the funniest.
Well, like the second episode where Annie's just looking for his jacket the whole episode.
Yeah, another one. I love that show so much.
I probably think though the best episode to come out of that show is the Teddy Perkins episode by far.
Yeah. What the one with when he's in whiteface playing the fucking Michael Jackson
That's Teddy
lookalike?
Perkins. That's his
Yeah,
name.
yeah. I forgot his name, but yeah, no, that's
Matt, that into the way that's Donald Glover though, just like dressed up.
But when I was watching it with my dad, and then my dad goes, "Is he in whiteface?" And I went, "Nah." It's mad. Like it's actually, and I'm not gonna
Nah,
spoil
you know
anything. The
what's
ending
funny
to that
though?
episode fucked me up. You know.
You know what's funny though, right? He went to set that day. Donald Glover, bearing in mind, is like the head writer, the producer, and the director of the show. He goes on set dressed as Teddy Perkins, doesn't tell anyone. Everyone just thinks he's off sick. And he's just walking around the whole day as this creepy fella, just with a fucking waistcoat, just with like a fucking house coat on, floating around with his big hair and his fucking white face and just dead pale, just walking around drinking tea all day. Nah, no thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, it's a no from me. That bit in the episode where he cuts into the fucking an ostrich egg. It's the
yeah. Oh, it's proper weird though, innit? Where he goes upstairs and it's just that projector playing, and then he's sitting in the corner with a shotgun. Oh,
it's so weird. And the
Hey.
ending to that episode fucked me up. Like I've never known something to pack that many twists in that little time. I'm just sat there. It finished. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you're in shock. You're like, and do you know what though? Every time I watch that episode, I still like I haven't watched it in ages and probably can't remember. And now I'll watch it. And like probably next week, now that we've spoken about it, I'll go, oh fucking hell, and I go, oh yeah, that's what happened, you know what I mean? Because it's like one of them episodes where you're just like, oh my god.
But I ain't ever forgetting that. I was fucking traumatized. I was like, what the fuck has just been put in front of my eyes?
Yeah, fucking amazing show that though, honestly.
Oh, brilliant. Well, there you go then. We live without films because then we get to keep Atlanta. So there you go. There's your answer.
Yeah.
Would you rather be in a zombie apocalypse, a nuclear apocalypse, or a winter apocalypse? So I just read the 4 options: nuclear, zombie, winter, or I don't want to die. Yeah, fair enough, mate. I can't argue with that. I'll probably take it.
I go for the 4th, please.
Yeah. I would like to say before we answer this that I'm taking the nuclear one out of the options because I'm not surviving that. Not many people are. I think with a zombie one, I'd probably go zombie because at least with
but
that.
Also, Joe, I've played Fallout 4.
Yeah, but how do you know you're making it that long? How do you know you're making it to that point?
Yeah, I just find the radiation suit somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If it's fucking nuclear war, and if you end up surviving, there's gonna be survivors, and there's gonna be.
There will, but I feel like in terms of which one do you have the best chance of sort of controlling your own fate, I feel like the zombie one you've at least got the control of.
Yeah.
You're in control, whereas a nuclear one, you might die. Like that might be a wrap.
Then Joe, in the nuclear one, you can die of radiation poison. In a zombie one, you can die from being bit up by a zombie. So like,
I know. However, I feel like, well, firstly, I'm saying it now. If I got cornered, I'm taking myself out. Right? I'm out.
Oh yeah.
If there's no chance of survival, I'm taking myself out. The second thing is that with a nuclear one, I feel like it's more down to chance whether or not you survive. Whereas with a zombie one, you know what to avoid and you know sort of the do's and don'ts and how you stay safe. I feel like you've got a better chance of controlling whether or not you survive that. Where would you go? Where do you reckon? Where would you be safest? Do you reckon?
I feel like you'd be safest in an apartment, like a penthouse suite, or a gated mansion.
Gated mansion I can back. Here's the problem with like a penthouse one. Let's say
if you get to the reception, you can't leave.
Exactly. If someone downstairs gets it, the only way out is through that window. Like it would take a miracle to get out once it's in there. I'd be going to the countryside, big open space where you can see everything going on around you. Get a decent house that's fairly secluded. I'd be going countryside, mate.
And I'd have my own quad where I can just fly around and just shoot fuck out of people.
I mean, you're on a quad with a shotgun.
Yeah, like just fucking taking heads off as I'm flying past them.
Fuck's sake. Right.
Oh.
Would you rather sleep with someone who is 2 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
I was going to make a joke and say, or
I know exactly. Shall I bleep that joke so that you survive?
I'm not really asked.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll tell her myself. I'll tell her tomorrow. She comes to mine tomorrow, I'll just tell her. I'll be like, I made a joke about you yesterday on the podcast.
Well, there's your answer then. Oh, same height line down, doesn't matter. No, I'm messing.
Now, but basically, just like say, would you sleep with someone who's taller than you or shorter than you? I'd say shorter, because I am.
Yeah, no, as quite a short bloke, I'm going with shorter.
I'm quite a short bloke. And that, because it would be like that scene from The In-Betweeners where that girl, Kerry, walked Willow.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Does that make me Will?
If you date the girl taller than you, I'd call you Will.
Do you know, I used to get told that I sounded like him and acted like him. I was fuming.
Yeah.
Bro.
I am a man.
Told me I looked like him once. I was like, what do you mean?
Just say that quick. Just say, I am a man who's recently having a party.
I'm not doing the impression. I'm not doing. Absolutely not. No. Next one.
All right then.
For 1,000 British pounds, would you give? Like, I don't even know if I can ask this. This might be treason. Would you give the Queen of England a quick nipple lick?
No.
So that I don't get hung, drawn, and quartered. No, I would not. Can you imagine that? Just you like turn up to the pub and all the boys are there and they're like, why are you late? And you just go, oh, just lick the Queen's tit.
just make the grand round on us. How'd you make that grand, Michael? Oh, just lick the Queen's nipple. What?
No.
Probably dusty, innit?
Right, no, we move on. Some of these are shit, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you rather eat a ripe banana or a banana that's not that's the opposite? It's like overripe or underripe. I'm like,
who's asked?
Stuff like green bananas are better than yellow bananas.
I've never had a green banana in my life. Is that just not when? Is that basically just when a banana isn't ripe?
Yeah, it's like.
Why would you eat that though?
Do you know what? Though?
Why would you eat that though?
Like,
no, hang on, sorry. If you look at a banana tree and see that all the fucking bananas are green, and you go, they look well edible then. Like, no, a banana's meant to be yellow. It's meant to be as yellow. The skin's meant to be yellow. It's meant to be pure, like a fucking banana, and it's not ripe, and it's still like aging into its actual banana form, and it's green. That's just fucking weird.
It's a fucking banana.
No one fucking cares.
Some people, man. Some people.
Would you rather have the ability to read people's minds or make 2 people fall in love? Now, it doesn't specify that one of those people can't be yourself. And as a long-time member of the single club, I think I'm coming with me. I actually would make 2 people fall in love, not even for myself, but because
Really?
When you've got a mate who fancies someone, you want to wingman them. Imagine being able to just go to that person who they fancy, be like, you're in love with them.
No,
now.
but if you could read the girl's mind, you know what she likes, and then you know exactly what play to do, and you can just.
No, but what if she didn't, bro? What if she didn't? What if you imagine you had a mate who proper fancy someone, and then you go for that person who fancy and read their mind, and they don't like your mate like at all. Like you can't do anything to change that, but you could go for that person and be like, you are now in love with my mate, and then you are the ultimate wingman.
Yeah, this is true. Actually, that
I'm
could
going
work.
to make two people fall in love. I don't want to know what other people are thinking. It's weird.
Yeah, but you'd want to know what people are thinking about you, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do want to know what people are thinking about me. I'm not gonna lie, Michael. I don't know. Hit and miss. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I really, really don't.
Yeah, true. Actually, I think you just like make people fall in love. Yeah, that's true. Because then I feel like if you did know what people like know about, you know, like what people think about, yeah, you'd just be so insecure, wouldn't you? Like,
Exactly, because then you'd know honestly people's opinions of you, and
yeah,
I'm not sure those are always that helpful.
rough, innit?
I'm gonna do one that isn't fucking breakfast eaters of Reddit. Do you put ketchup on your eggs? Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
What?
on eggs. Yeah, or brown sauce, but either one of them.
Well, if it's on a breakfast, you have brown. So you don't put ketchup on a breakfast.
Yeah, obviously you put brown sauce on a breakfast.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Nah, but I'm saying, like, what if you don't like brown sauce? You're not going to put barbecue on, are you? It's obviously just tomato, innit?
You
But
put ketchup on a breakfast?
People, nah, because listen, right. Tomato sauce is good with bacon.
Yeah.
But
Wait, does
brown
it?
sauce is better with bacon.
Exactly. And brown sauce is better with a sausage as well. So
Yeah, just
I'm
makes
sorry, mate.
everything better, doesn't it?
It goes better
Honest
with
to God,
beans,
my dad,
with
like-
eggs, with fucking meat. Brown sauce,
Like,
boy.
my dad can have brown sauce with literally anything. And like every Christmas we go to my nan's always hides the brown sauce because my dad just lathers his Christmas dinner up in brown sauce.
Fucking hell. Scott's like that, you know. He said once he wanted there to be like a lynx that smelt of brown sauce.
Oh.
In it. What girl's gonna come up to you on a night out and go, "Whoa, he smells of brown sauce. Get on him."
I want a bit of him. Fucking, I'll take him home to me, man. He smells like HP.
Taking Daddy's
Well,
brown sauce to a whole new level.
Daddy's brown sauce.
There we go. Fucking hell. You can call me Daddy Brown Sauce. Right.
Daddy brown sauce.
These are shit, lad. I'm not gonna lie. Would you rather wake up every day to a slap in the face or a tequila shot? That's an easy question.
A tequila shot.
I'm taking the shot.
Yeah, innit?
Would you rather never have a headache again or never have a stomach ache again?
A headache.
Yeah, agreed. Headaches are just, it's rough. Fucks up your day.
Yeah, but so it's a stomach ache though, because you just shit yourself in public.
Well, yeah. What kind of stomach aches are you having where you shit yourself every time you got a stomach ache?
I don't, obviously, but I'm saying it's a lot more of a possibility to just like fully fart and just, you know, bump, break that seal.
Well, if you feel one coming, then you run to the nearest shitter.
Yeah, but if you have a stomach ache and think it's safe, and then just go for a little sneaky fart, and you've absolutely shut your kegs. You've done all the risk.
Punch me fucking mic, Jesus Christ. Okay, would you rather you can only speak what's on your mind? So, like, have you seen that Ricky Gervais film, The Invention of Lying?
Yeah.
It's like that. You can only say what's in your head, or you never say a word again.
Only say what's in your head, because then that way at least you'd just be brutally honest. You know what I mean? It just.
I think I'd have. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I feel like if you are more honest with people, that are just people that either like you or they don't, and then because if you don't say anything, you know, people are just never going to really want to speak to you because they don't know what you think and they don't know who you are, what you're going to say, what you like.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Yeah, fair enough. Can't argue with that. There you go then. Right, this has been the Uncensored podcast. We are back. We're working. This was okay this week. This was good. This is progress.
It was a decent episode.
It was.
Decent episode.
We're back on track. We're going to work on getting a few people on here, just get some people to talk and do some interviews with a few people. You know,
hopefully.
Got a couple people in mind. We can sort something out. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to do. So we'll be bringing some hopefully good quality content at some point in the future. Until then, we'll probably continue to live on Reddit. But yeah,
just live off Reddit feeds.
That's what we do. We update you on what's going on, and then we chill on Reddit for a bit. That's what we are now. We are the embodiment of Reddit. So if you've enjoyed, make sure to like it, subscribe it, share it around with people. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all next week.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Shalom.
Shalom.